Hi Stampin' friends! Tonight we're going to do a little bit of coloring with the In the Moment stamp set. This stamp set was actually given to us much earlier from the fall, like a preview of the ones that would be available in the Spring Mini, but it also is still in the large new catalog that's coming out. So I wanted to highlight it along with some of the new in colors. The first thing that I wanted to show you is some of the dies that I'm going to be using with this. This one is called Fabulous Frames, and we lost a lot of our general use dies, so they did come up with some new ones. And this is like a large one. I don't know if you watched my unboxing video, then you've already seen a lot of this. And then it also has photo corners, so that's one of the ones I'm using. And then this one is called the Stylish Shapes dies, and it has, oh, I didn't put one back in here, the one that I actually used to cut out the You're in My Thoughts there from this. Now these look different. I'm trying to decide if I think it's okay to use them with some of the other designs. These have dots that cut out, punch out, I guess, instead of the stitching. So this, I'm trying to decide, I did use some of each kind. I'm trying to decide how they're going to coordinate. If I decide if it looks okay to have them with dots versus having them with stitching. So to start out, I also wanted to use some of the new in color. And we actually have blends for all the new in colors. And what I'm also using is this Designer Series paper, the 6x6. And I will also be using that on Monday night at, 7:05-ish, whatever I call it, 7:15, whenever I actually get on. But I wanted to say that I'm going to use this then, so I'll probably show these again just to kind of recap. But they'll be the finished cards on Monday night, and whereas tonight we're just kind of going to be coloring. I actually don't have my embellishments. Well, yeah, I do have my embellishments, but I may not finalize my embellishments. Sometimes I don't do that. So, anywho, I wanted to show you first how this one works. So when you put that in the Big Shot, it cuts out both the frame and the inside like this. So you've got a whisper white frame and the inside here. So what I did was cut it out twice and put it. Now another thing I was thinking is actually happening to me right now, but you can layer it like this and stick them both to the card. Now, depending on the way you're going to use it, you could stick the frame down and pop up the image, or put the image down and pop up the frame by putting dimensionals under each end. So several choices on that. And anyway, I wanted to show you how that works. Then these are some of the dot squares, which I had to have because I love to be able to do that. And then, of course, offsetting. That's the other thing about this one. I thought, you don't actually have to keep it in the frame. You could easily just offset in the frame. No, maybe not quite so much, but you get what I'm saying as you're designing your card. I actually cut this one out with one of the ones that's too small. There you can see it's got the stitching on the stitched rectangles. And then just this, of course it goes fine with this because it doesn't have any actual punches, the little dots. But I wasn't sure about, like, on this one, if I wanted to use maybe them together or not. We can kind of all decide. We can take a poll if you want. Post at the bottom if you think it looks crazy to have the dot punches and the stitches together. Maybe we shouldn't mix those. I can't decide. So let's get started with a little bit of coloring. Here is the one that I'm wanting to make for a friend. I like the way that it looks very relaxing. Actually, both of these look relaxing. This one is someone in the bed reading with their dog, just kind of a whole little relaxing scene. And then this one, the person she's looking out the window, and I thought these little photo corners kind of made it cute. So we haven't had those in a while, so I think they're just kind of fun and different. It may make it too small though, so lots to decide there. But let's go ahead and get started doing some of this coloring with some of our new in colors. So let's see here. I'm gonna move some of that out of my way. All right. This one, since I'm going to put it on this card, this is actually the cut out in the orchid, and this is in the Starry Night. They are not exactly just lighter than the other, it's true, but I like the way they look together. So if you don't, of course, do your thing. Okay, so I'm getting those, and I'm gonna start, because with this one, I definitely think that she could have on a pair of like capri jeans. So let's try the light Starry Sky, and I don't know how I'm gonna feel about it. Maybe too dark, even still. It's pretty dark. Do a little, ooh, the ivory is so dark. But okay, it's summer, she's tan. There we go. Okay, I think that's all I need to do. So is this her next show? No. Okay, let's go ahead and do her little clip in her hair. The dark Starry Sky. Wow, that just is almost black. These are really dark. Okay, so let's imagine her house. I was kind of thinking maybe some dark crumb cake for the window pane, as if it's wood. All right, Shauna, I think I will make the light sorbet be either her pillow or her, maybe I will make her cup. Oh, that is bright, isn't it? Wow. Okay, so there's her mug. And then I've got the crumb cake. So I'm gonna use light crumb cake. Oops, maybe not that end. It looks a little frayed. The light crumb cake for her hair. Oh my, that just blends into nothing. I have to add either some yellow or some brown to this to make her hair have a little bit of shine. Now, one thing I would suggest on getting rid of your in-color things, don't. I think cinnamon cider makes really nice, realistic reddish hair as well. Just something to consider on that. So before that one goes, I think you'll want the light cinnamon cider blend. All right, let's get some yellow in her hair, kind of lighten it up. And again, just pulling down onto her shirt, just a little bit of yellow and out into there so that it has kind of a wispy look. Okay, there we go. And then I think with the red, boy, she is very red, white, and blue. I think I need to add maybe a green for her shirt and pastel for the pillow. Okay, let's look here. I'll try a pastel green. I wonder if this one's dark enough. Oh yeah, I like that. This is the dark, pretty sure, yes, dark soft seafoam. Oh, now I can't decide if I want to color her shirt. Adding a little more color here into the dark spaces and then just going over the pillow areas. Okay, there we go. I did notice that I missed putting that there on the back of her, on her back there. I want to add the white pool party. Oh good, here's one that is, no, that's balmy. Where are we, pool party? Here we go. To the windows, just in a couple of places. I just like to do that just to kind of make it have a little bit more of a glass look in my mind. So I'm just going down a couple sides here along the, there we go. And thinking maybe papaya. Let's see. Okay. How about this one? Light petal pink. Oh yeah, that'll work. And that just blends out what I had already done there. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, there we are. You can see how that turned out, kind of. Oops, if I would keep it to the left, like I've got to remember to do. All right, so now I'm going to go ahead and try to put this together just a bit. I'm going to put some dimensionals under my, whoopsie. Man, I have really stuck some things together. I think I'll just get rid of that one. I had kind of made a mess. Here we are. Put that under. I'm trying to decide the floral, the stripe. So many of them would look nice with this. Now, I kind of think I want to pop this up and stick this down inside. And then I kind of feel like also over here on the side, we could put a bow or some ribbon, or we could put some embellishments, some kind of like household looking embellishments. And then you could use sometimes the most productive thing you can do is relax, or just you're in my thoughts. I kind of like that one because that looks like I'm sitting there thinking about you. Yeah, I kind of like that. Okay, so let's get a little bit of ribbon here. I do think as far as using this metallic ribbon that let me show you this real quick. This is the Orchid Opulence. Listen to me. Gosh, I'm living in the Wayback Machine. Any of you remember Orchid Opulence? That was like when I was first a customer. This is the Orchid Oasis, and I think it's a little bit 80s for this card. I need to get the Baker's Twine, but I chose this first. Well, if I can find, there it is. I think that this blue, though, does kind of blend nicely. So I'm going to just get a little clip of that and add it. Try to figure out where I decide to put that. I can put it across the bottom, put it in the corner, just kind of see what I think. Try to tie a tiny bow here with my Starry Night, Starry Sky. Gosh. Okay, let's get started here. I've got some tiny dimensionals, which I think are kind of necessary for these side pieces here. I'm putting them as far as I can up along the edge of this frame, close to this corner of the square or the rectangle. And then I'm just going to put a big one then in the middle. Because I'm just going to see if it works. I think it will. I think it'll be just fine to just go ahead and stick it down as is. And then I think I will slide the white piece, the basic white, stamped and colored piece into the spot when I'm ready for it. Okay, so now I'm just going to try to center this up. I'm using this grid paper for the last time, kind of, because it's, I may use it Monday as well, because it's just about retired from the end colors, just about retiring. Okay, let's see here. If I would not stick that to my hand, it would go better for all of us. Okay. All right, so then I'm just sliding this in, getting it where it looks fairly straight. I better do it this way because, I can mess stuff up. Like that, like it. Now, it might have been better to put it through the top. I don't know. Try to get it even. Okay, then I stuck that down, and I'm going to get some of these new, these are actually like masculine type embellishments. They're called Rustic Metallic, but I think they really go with this because of the window and the wood that I've used. I'm going to put that in those corners and we'll see what we think. Maybe just some of the smaller ones. These have two sizes, the kind of medium size and then the smaller size. To me, they're like an antique brass in color. So I'm going to put one here. Like that. And one over here. Sorry. All right, there we go. Then, yeah, I'm going to stay with the You're in My Thoughts. And, oh, I didn't get these even here. Okay. Might put that right like that. Oh, I cannot be happy with that bow tonight. Okay, then I'm going to put some dimensionals under this, under my sentiment. Like that. Sentiment may not be straight. I may have been in a little bit of a hurry. Okay, and then I just need to get some glue dots. Get a glue dot here and pop it up under here. Like that. And there you go. That's how I would finish that one up. If you put the polka dot on this, I think it looks really nice and just kind of breaks up the plaid just a bit. But of course, you know, it would look really good to have the solid as well. So I can't decide really which one I think looks better with this. The circle is great, but so is the square. And then I would use the most productive thing you can do is relax. I think that is perfect. So let's get started on coloring this. And it's going to be a little bit more monochromatic than the other, but I think it will still look kind of cute. So let's grab our, okay, I think that's it. First I wanted to start with my cherry cobbler and my, where is it? I got out the rich razzleberry and I don't know where it went. That's freesia. I've got to do better about, I don't like to have the ones that are set in the wall because I don't have space around me when I work to use them all. But I would like to have them back in my little bags so I can grab them. Okay, I think these are my wine colors. So I'm going to go ahead first with the cherry cobbler. Just a little bit in there. And then I wanted to add dark Blackberry Bliss. And I am using the point end of this, the end that it's very easy to mess up, so that I can add some color kind of to the bottom. So I think I've got that dark enough. Then I'm going back, just pop in some Pool Party here on the top of the glass. And I just colored the entire glass at the top with Pool Party, and I'm going to do the same thing down here. Okay, then back to my brown, which was dark crumb cake. Now, normally this would probably be white as far as a railing, and then probably Pool Party all around her. So I'm definitely going to try this in the white, and then I'm going to make a mask of her and color with sponging or with a blending brush all around her with Pool Party ink. So I think that would look very good. I think that's kind of more along the lines of, and then probably whichever one turns out better, I will go ahead and use on the on this actual card. So I won't go ahead and put this one together. I'll wait till then. I'm just coloring the railing brown. All right. And color her. Okay, I have to try to decide what color hair I want her to have. I think I'd like her to have dark brown hair, as I think it will look good with all the red. I'm going to put our light sweet sorbet as a tiny little bit of snippet around as her hat band. Just kind of, ooh, that got kind of out of control. Good thing I have a color lifter. I was kind of loopy. And then I think I'll make her skirt the same color. And I'm gonna leave her shirt white and do the thing I was gonna do earlier with the pool party, or with actually with the balmy blue, to kind of highlight the white a little bit. Find my light balmy blue. This is dark balmy blue. Okay, light balmy blue. Go that right there on the hat. And then just, what I'm doing is just going over all of the little folds and wrinkles there, just to make that have a little more, maybe just a little over here on this side as well, kind of almost like an outline. Okay, see if I can find my nice browns. Oh yeah, dark soft suede, that's what I was hoping for. I'm just going to kind of go around the edge first. And if you wanted to, I think it's pretty easy to make it look like her hair is longer than it is, if that's something that you're interested in. And I'm just going straight along here because I don't think anyone will be able to tell. And then just scribbling over the rest of it. Now, if you don't think it has enough, I don't know if the word would be texture, you can go back in with a lighter color and that will take some of it off. So like with this ivory, you could go back in, just kind of pull off in a couple of spots. Wow, that's kind of like magic. And I bet it would work better if I would clean off my blend just a little. And I'm always on this, I'm always using, unless like I told you earlier, oh, I'm going to use the brush end, the really soft end. I'm almost always using the Sharpie type end, the hard end that's difficult to mess up. Okay, there. So I feel like I've added a little bit of dimension. I'm going to go back in just a bit, add right there. I feel like I got that a little bit light. Okay, and then just, I needed to clean up there, didn't I? Let's find my color lifter. And I'm just going to try to even this up a little more. Probably going to end up making it pink, but oh well. I think that probably, and one thing I've noticed, do you all do this when you use your color lifter? Do you clean it off on a random sheet of paper? I find that it helps me clean it faster. If I'm really trying to get that taken away, it just kind of pulls it off a little better. Okay. So for this one, I would probably go ahead and add, when I'm finished, one way to finish this, I think, is using like the opalescent dots, something kind of shiny, since this is we know there's a glass in our hand, just to kind of make it, reflect the shininess of the glass. So I think that would be super simple this way. So that is the second one, and we have just one more to go, and that's our kind of our pajama card. Light crumb cake for her hair. And then I'm going to go back in with some pumpkin pie. Give it a gander there. I got to go down that little curl that's run off from the the little messy bun she's got going. Okay, I'm going to go back in again with my light crumb cake and just kind of blend that together. So now she has some variety in her color there. Can you see? Yeah, you can see that. Okay. So then I think on this one, I'm definitely going to use some fresh freesia. And I'm trying to decide exactly where to stop with, like, you just kind of see her hand come out. So it might be best to go ahead and do the ivory where we need the ivory, because it's holding the pup. And then her face here. And ear. Sorry, I have to turn this one around to look at it because I really can't tell what I'm doing. Okay, and she also has a mug. So I think I'm going to use a light rich raspberry for her mug. If it were my house, it would be tea. I want her little dog. I would like to use kind of a dark color, so I think I'm going to make him gray. See here, my dark smoky slate. That'll make him really gray. I don't know if I want him quite that gray. Oh, it's perfect for his ears. Maybe a little bit of an outline there. So what I did was kind of go down his forehead, down towards his muzzle, but I'm going to leave his muzzle kind of a lighter color. Oh, this is the light smoky slate. Silly me. Just worried about nothing. Okay. And that left his eyes and his nose the lighter gray. It's a little subtle, but... And I'm going to add some, I think I'm going to make her pant legs freesia. Let's try to think about what kind of jammies. Oh, that's the sock. I'll do that. Definitely looks like a cozy day, doesn't it? Okay. So that was my light freesia. Oh, I need to finish his body with my light smoky slate. I get distracted. I get excited to color. Like, oh, I want to make colors. And then I end up forgetting what I was trying to do there. But luckily, I can just go back. Okay. Okay, and I try to scribble a lot of times on dog coats. I don't know if you guys do that, but just try to scribble intentionally so that I can just kind of make it look a little more modeled. But that's on that. And then I'm going to go back in with the, where did it go? Yes, with the smoky slate, and just add on these shadowy spots and curves just a little more shadow. And then to complete that, I just want to kind of go back over it, blend it sort of back out actually, but not completely. Okay, so I'm going to use some light turquoise. I know it's going to be crazy, this light Tahitian tide, but I'm going to do it. I'm going to make that for her socks. Ooh, those are bright. But we will just assume she is a girl that likes crazy socks. That may have been supposed to be her leg, guys. That might have been her sock stopping there. Whoops. I'm going to do this probably 2 or 3 times before I go back in with a color that I think looks like skin there. Okay, and it's pushing it out away from the spot where I did that. Okay, now I'm going to add this pink. I'm going to make her duvet cover pink. It's So that's going to be a lot of pink all around her here. This is the light Flirty Flamingo. I do kind of want to stop at her headboard. I guess I should have stopped at her pillow as well. This is her covers, but that is sort of not. Wow, it's kind of, who knew that I needed to really look at this before I started and decide what things were going on here. I do like how forgiving these markers are, or blends, the blends markers are. Because even though I've made several boo-boos as I've been deciding what to do with things, it is going to be really simple to go ahead and fix them over time. As if I'm patient enough, it's going to be really simple to fix. Okay, so this is my light fresh freesia again. Going back into that spot. So one thing I'm going to do is just a very light touch, just go over this other pant leg because of the way I did this, the way I did that to try and color her leg earlier. Let's blend that back in. Okay, and now I'm ready for some ivory. Okay, I feel like I've done that well enough. Then, what color shall I make her book? I'm going to go with the one I used earlier, which is the dark soft seafoam. But if you knew that your friend had a particular book that she loved, and you knew what color the cover was, that would be perfect, wouldn't it? Just for her. Okay, and I'm going to go back in with some more brown. Let's see, this is dark crumb cake. Just going to cover those leaves of the page. And then I'm going to go back in with the ivory. Kind of lighten that back out. There we are. Okay, so on the pillow, I'm going to use the color lifter to try and take some of that pink back off that I used, the light Flirty Flamingo, and just make it seem like her sheets are pink and kind of a pinkish hue to them, but yet still kind of white or gray. And then for her headboard, I think what I'm going to do is use our Wink of Stella. Well, that one's not going to, yeah, it is, because I want it to be kind of like it's just a shiny headboard. Let's see here. Try one more time. Oh yeah, that'll be perfect. It's kind of leather with some sparkle in it, or maybe it's a glittered headboard. Okay, so there you can see that one. Fun, fun, fun. And then I'm imagining with this one, just putting it on possibly the Tahitian Tide or one of the other prints and mounting it in that way. So fun, fun. So we did this little bit of coloring, and we used our Sweet Sorbet and then these really pretty dotted squares. That is from the new, let me tell you, Stylish Shapes dies. And then this card, using the Starry Night and the Orchid Oasis with the, no, I'm looking at the wrong side, Fabulous Frames dies. So that's what this guy is the Fabulous Frame, while we use the In the Moment stamp set. I appreciate you all watching, and I hope that you come up with some ideas to use to make cards for your friends with this set. And I hope you have a great weekend. Bye-bye.